So, folks, I don't know if you mind, but we're only going to do one story level this episode. And my reasoning for this, is simply because we have been scammed. Or at least I've been scammed. Everyone who loves Zelda has been scammed. That loves the Zelda and Metroid series, even though I don't really know much about Metroid, has been scammed. Alright, well, not really scammed, but I say that. That scam is a strong word. We were played. We had expectations. A lot of people had a lot of expectations, and none of them were fulfilled. Except for the folks over at Splatoon, or who love Splatoon. I never really got into Splatoon. I heard about Splatoon 2, or I heard about, like, Splatoon, like, overall, when Splatoon 2 came out for the Switch. But I didn't really know much about it, and it didn't really interest me back then. The only thing I know is that, or the only thing I've gathered is that it's, like, Battle Royale-ish, and it's fun and popular, so that's pretty cool. But besides that, I don't know much about Splatoon 2, or just Splatoon franchise in general. But they announced Splatoon 3, and so I'm like, huh, that looks cool. Maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll get into the whole Splatoon shit, you know? Depending on if I can finish the games that I currently have. So folks, we got a lot of stuff to talk about at the beginning of this episode. So I just finished watching Rubber Rost, you know that guy who makes, like, super difficult Mario Maker levels that Game Grumps and MatPat have played. Yeah, he's that guy. I just finished watching his reaction live to the Nintendo Direct that really just finished, like, 7 minutes ago. And let me tell you, man, or not 17 minutes ago. Let me tell you, I honestly, like, a lot of people had high hopes. Especially since we haven't had a Direct in, like, 500 fucking days, apparently. Which is like, huh? And if you don't know what a Nintendo Direct is, a Nintendo Direct is basically like it's just like a presentation of, like, multiple new games that are coming out for the Switch. Or that are, upcoming, you know what I mean? And that's what a Nintendo Direct is. It just provides you information about upcoming games and DLCs for those games, or DLCs upon the DLCs upon the DLCs of one of those games. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And yeah, it's cool. It's usually a very hype thing. Nintendo Directs, I feel like, have always been a staple for, like, it's always been sort of like a whole convention. Not a convention. A gathering, yeah. Let's like a virtual internet gathering, where it's like everyone at the same time learns of all this cool news live. Whether it's about progress on different games and this and that, like Monster Hunter. They did some stuff for that. For Splatoon, obviously, like I said. But besides that, yeah, I mean, that's what a Nintendo Direct is. But the thing is, folks, is that, like I said, they haven't done a Nintendo Direct in 500 days. And from what I've heard, they used to do Nintendo Directs. They used to do, like, 4 every year. One for the first quarter of the year, one for the second quarter, one for the third quarter, and one for the fourth quarter. And that didn't happen last year, because last year, folks, I don't know if you know this, all right? And this may come as a surprise to you. But there was a little thing called coronavirus, which is, still slightly just demolishing humanity. And yeah, it's not good. But the point is, right? My point here is, they didn't release any Nintendo Directs last year, and so, really, for an entire year, Nintendo was just left everyone in the dark. And the only types of directs that we did get were indie directs. Now, indie directs are just, are just smaller Nintendo directs that focus on, well, indie games. I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. I don't know why I had to explain that, but I thought there was a lot of indie directs that came out last year. I think it was like 2 or 3. I thought they were pretty interesting. They were pretty fun. Actually, no, I think it was 2 indie directs, and then there was the Mario 35 anniversary special thing. So that was really fun to see. All 3 of those, they were all really good. They all had like really cool games to present and whatnot. I can't remember all the games that they presented. Of course, besides the whole Mario 35th anniversary, but I really don't remember much from the Indie Directs. They showed really cool games. I think we got Hades last year. I really haven't heard much about that. I just know that it's a very popular game for some reason. So, anyway. Like I said, Nintendo Directs have not been a thing since, correct me if I'm wrong, September 13, 2019, which is a long time. Like, fucking hell. Like, September 2019 feels like 2 decades ago. Jesus. Like, what? Like, bruh. I'm pretty sure this is the only Direct I've actually seen live. Unless I watched the September one live, which if I did, I do not fucking remember that. I do absolutely not remember that. And so here's why, really, I'm just talking about this whole subject in the first place. Well, the thing is, folks, there's a little thing, you might not have heard of it, there's a little game called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that came out in 2017 for the Switch. It was one of the opener games for the Switch, I want to say, like, opening games, one of the launch day releases for the Switch, and it's like it's open. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what fucking Breath of the Wild is. So I did not get to play Breath of the Wild until like fucking mid 2017, and then I finished it December 2017. So like it's the same year. And then the expansion came out. Never finished the expansion. But I've been, and everyone else that has played that game, has been desperately waiting for Breath of the Wild 2. Now, last year they released Age of Calamity. Oh, and they also released Animal Crossing, didn't they? I almost forgot about that. Oh, man, I really shouldn't have forgotten about that. Also, can we just talk about Animal Crossing New Horizons for a second, dude? I haven't played that in like fucking 3 months. And apparently, I'm getting reports from people, or not reports, but I've heard from like people who do like, I don't know, updates on the whole Animal Crossing stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, I put like 900 hours into it in like the first 3 months, and I'm like, huh? 900 hours? Jesus Christ. Like, dude, I don't even have a 900 hours in a game. I'm pretty sure my 2 most played games ever is are Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and then, god damn it, what is it? Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Terraria, there you go, Terraria. So both of them, those are, like, and those only go to, like, 200 hours, I think. So, what, 900 hours? Like, I can understand how they got there, but Jesus Christ. Like, I'm getting off topic. So, we've all been wanting Breath of the Wild stuff for years. Like I said, Age of Calamity, which is a prequel to Breath of the Wild, came out last year. I got it. I haven't finished it yet. A lot of people said it was good and awesome. I got to finish it to see what happens at the end. But we were really hoping when the Direct yesterday, this Nintendo Direct was announced for today, I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I'm so excited. We're going to get some Breath of the Wild news. And that didn't happen. We didn't get any news on Breath of the Wild 2. And I'm like, okay, well, if we don't get that, then we have to get some form of Zelda thing. Because if you don't know, right, Zelda's 35th anniversary, I believe, is on the 21st or the 26th. And then Metroid's 35th anniversary is somewhere around the corner, 25th anniversary. I don't really know. I didn't follow along with Metroid. I really don't know what all that's about. But I know it is important and a lot of people love it. And I know that there's like Metroid Prime 4 that people have been waiting for like ages. And I don't think it's ever come out. So anyway, I might be wrong about that. But yeah, we were hoping for some acknowledgement on those two things. And we didn't get any fucking anything. We didn't get any acknowledgement for, saying happy birthday or like, happy 35th anniversary, Metroid Prime. But you know what we did get? And this I'm a little bit skeptical about, mostly because when it comes to some Zelda games, I kind of just follow, I've decided when it comes to the old Zelda games, I've decided to follow the criticism of like, oh yeah, this one's bad, but these ones are good. I forget who said what, but all I know is that Skyward Sword, which came out on the Wii or the Wii U, the game previously released before Breath of the Wild, is now getting a revamp on the Switch, and so that's cool. But, for a second I was like, oh my god, that's awesome, because I've always, like, look, hear me out, alright? I have been dying to play, like, every single Zelda game, ever since I finished Breath of the Wild. Actually, ever since I heard of Zelda, like the games and all, I've been wanting to play that stuff for ages. That's why one of my very first series on this channel is quite literally a Zelda game. I think it's Link to the Past, but I never finished it because, like 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, I was absolutely trash at freaking whatever type of that game was. Is it RPG? I don't. Point is, we didn't get any news about Breath of the Wild 2, and Skyward Sword, revamp. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then, I don't know, because I'm kind of influenced by people's reactions and people's reviews. That's not to say that I'm not in, that doesn't mean I don't have my own, like, views on it and my own speculations and determinations or, determining factors or whatever. But, as a person that's not really played many Zelda games, because the only 3 Zelda games that I've played are Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity, and A Link to the Past. And A Link to the Past was fucking, I found it on freaking Yahoo, just to play for free on some, like, scuffed website. So, I don't know, folks. I don't know. I really don't know much about any other Zelda game and which is better and which is not, but I don't know if I'm happy or not about seeing Skyward Sword being brought to the Switch. I remember a while back seeing Game Grumps play it, and I thought it was kind of interesting, but I also know that it's kind of like janky. I was really hoping, because I know 2 games that people have praised a lot, and there's one game that I've also been wanting to learn more about and maybe get a remake of on the Switch. And the 2 games that people have talked about are Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I think. And people have said that those 2 are absolutely amazing. And so I was expecting to see them here. But one game that I think I've also that I've wanted to learn more about is what is it called? Twilight Princess, the one with is it Twilight Princess? I think it is. I don't know, but something like that. Yeah, the Legend of, I don't know. Yeah, I've been interested in just those three, I think. I know there's like some other side Zelda games like Spirit Tracks. I say side because, well, I don't know why. Yeah, like Spirit Tracks, and that's all I can think of, really. I don't. Oh yeah, and fucking Wind Waker. Hell yeah. Oh, dude, that's another game that I really wanna check out. I've always been interested in the art style of Wind Waker. So Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess are 4 Zelda games that I've really wanted to play and that I really wanted to get a remaster on the Switch. And unfortunately, doesn't seem like we're getting it. But maybe, I hope we will, because I got a feeling, right? I got a feeling that them remastering or bringing a remastered version of Skyward Sword to the Switch was sort of a way to say, was sort of like underwhelming news. I think they knew it was going to be underwhelming. Maybe not. Because look, here's what I think, right? When it comes to a presentation of like various levels, various types of games, and based on their popularity and the fan base and all this kind of stuff, you usually have like the highest grossing one, like a release for a new game in the franchise that has the highest amount of hype. And what I thought was interesting is that if that was the case, then they would have put Skyward Sword as the last announcement, but instead it was Splatoon 3, and it looked pretty cool. I'm genuinely curious about I'm genuinely interested in buying Splatoon 3 if I can get past all these other games that I have. Because I know Splatoon is something that a lot of people that I know, well, not a lot of people, but like a few people a few years ago, like really got into. I'm not sure if they still play it, but I think it'd be really interesting to get into a new game. But I don't know. Anyway, obviously, like in like 8 months. But my point is interesting. So yeah, I find it interesting that that they didn't put Skyward Sword as the last announcement, because Legend of Zelda was obviously extremely hyped up, I feel like, or like fans were really hyped for Legend of Zelda stuff to be released, or like Breath of the Wild news to be released. And I don't know, just I feel like there's more they aren't telling us. I feel like there's more Nintendo isn't telling us. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the 35th anniversary direct of Mario took place on the what was it, September? Is it September, October that Mario, like, what month is it that Mario's birthday is? Is it like September? I'm assuming that it was in September. I wouldn't be surprised if we got an anniversary direct on the 26th. A Zelda anniversary direct on the 26th. Or the 21st. I forget which day it is. In which we see all that. I really would not be surprised. Or, actually, no, I wouldn't be surprised, and I would be surprised at the same time. Because, like, man, saying like so much, it reminds me of watching all those shows back when I was like fucking, 8? and hearing all those hearing all those people that like kept a conversation on the phone on and on and on, saying I can't like I fucking hate that I say like. Leave a like. Anyway, continuing. I think it's just a bit strange. I think it's a bit strange that they would announce one remaster. I think it's a little strange that they would announce one remaster. And especially one that I don't know about most people, but from what I've seen is not a really liked game by fans. So I'm thinking that was just trying to throw us off the scent. I'm thinking that, sharing the news of a remaster of Skyward Sword was trying to throw the Zelda fans off the scent. And I think the reality is that we're going to get a 35th anniversary direct on the day of the 35th anniversary of Zelda. And here's to hoping we're going to get a remaster of at least Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time. Because, again, I haven't played Ocarina. I haven't played most Zelda games, alright? And I want to play them because, people have said such good things about them, and I've been wanting to learn so much about, the lore of Zelda, but I don't want to watch people play it. I want to play it for myself. I want to have an experience that people have. I want to have an experience with a game that people have experienced already, but fajillion years ago. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just really hoping that I'm right with my theory, and that I've got the right suspicions that this is a fluke. Or not a fluke, but releasing the news of a remaster of Skyward Sword was just to throw all the Zelda fans off the scent. So when the 25th comes out, everybody, when the Zelda 35th anniversary the direct is announced, everyone's gonna be like, "What? This is so cool!" I'm calling it right now. And if I'm right, holy shit, you already know that the 26th is going to be the most hype fucking episode of all time of Memoria Freese. I'm going to go fucking insane. Y'all know that we legit are going to watch the Nintendo Direct. I'd probably stream that. Anyway. I'm going to be honest. I really hoped on doing not Valentine's Day. Wallenstein Valentine or Xenos' Valentine, but I don't think I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. I don't feel like it. But then at the same time, I don't know. But dude, man. I'm really hoping. Besides that, though, the Direct wasn't all that bad. Because we got sort of a sequel to Octopath Traveler. Not really a sequel, but it is similar art style to Octopath Traveler. Which is a game that I played for fucking 60 hours with PK, and I never fucking finished it, because it was a me and PK game. But I guess I'm going to have to finish it without him. I don't know. I got too many other games to finish, so maybe not. And that game has a working title called Project Triangle, apparently. It looks really good. It has a fucking complicated story as shit. Dude, it's like democratic, strategic RPG, strategy RPG. No, not strategic. Tactical, yeah. It's democratic. Okay, hold on to your horses here, folks. All right. So it is a visual novel-esque 16-bit RTX kind of looking democratic debates mixed with Telltale, mixed with tactical RPG elements, a plot, and a war? and then like a lot of other fucking shit. It seems really complicated. But then again, Octopath Traveler was also kind of complicated, so I mean, I'm not surprised. So yeah, that's cool. Apparently a demo came out for it today, so I'm definitely gonna play that soon. Very excited. Don't know if I'll buy it, but I'm intrigued. I love the Octopath Traveler art style. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. I remember that Octopath Traveler was one of the first demos I played on the Switch, and when the game came out in, what was it, 2019, 2018, that was so cool. I think there was an episode of Memoria Freese in which I'm like, guys, I got Octopath Traveler, this is so PogChamp! I probably said that. Not PogChamp, but I probably said, guys, I can't believe it, I actually got Octopath Traveler. See, I went to the Nintendo store in New York, and I'm pretty sure I was like that. I'm probably not that hyper, but probably. Oh, man. Oh, guys, remember New York? Oh, remember that episode in which we were on the beach, folks? Remember the first beach episode? Episode 80? It's been so long. Anyway, sorry, I'm really just a drama queen. Anyway, this episode's really just gone every fucking where and which way. So yeah, we got that. Damn, I really think this is just gonna end up being a full-on, like, a full-on interlude episode when it comes to the whole Valentine's Day events. Welp. Oh, dude, how the fuck do I forget? Wait. Wait a minute. Bruh. How do I forget this shit? What the? Look, I just... Wait a minute. Did I really just record 27 fucking minutes of a Memoria Freese episode? Talking all about the Nintendo Direct today. And I didn't even mention the news? Oh my god, dude. Bruh. What is up with me? Alright, I got some major news to tell y'all. Let me just try to recount in my head what else there was that was pretty cool. Let me see. Animal Crossing news, Monster Hunter news, indie game news. We got Mario Golf? Cool, I guess. We got Fall Guys. I was hoping for Genshin Impact on the Switch. That would have been cool. But guess what? Nothing else. But I do have one major announcement. And folks, this is probably going to just weird you the hell out, alright? This announcement is probably going to be like, huh? Really? And my answer to that is, yeah, really. Folks, 23 days ago, I finished wrapping up episode 1000. 23 days ago. Alright? In about like a week, it's going to have been a month since I finished that. Alright? 23 days ago, I finished up all of episode 1000. And in those 23 days, I have gone to a million sites. I have tried and failed and tried thousands of times trying to merge all of the clips, the 10 or 11 clips, to make this 10-hour, to make that 10-hour juggernaut possible. And after 23 days of just countless restart of the merge, countless deleting files, deleting storage off of my computer, just countless hours, countless keyboard smashing, and countless songs about women. Yeah, definitely. I don't know why I said that. All it took was for me to click on a Game Grumps video called, and I kid you fucking not, The Grumpies, which is a what do you call it? It's a parody of the Oscars, or the Dundies from The Office, which is also a parody of the Oscars. All it took was to click on that video, and lo and behold, after 23 fucking days, I can proudly say that episode 1000 has been released. Bruh, 23 days. It took 23 days. Now, I know that I already said we're officially in the 1000s. But fuck it. Let's make the real announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official episode. The episode in which I make it official, alright? We are now 100, 200, no, 3, 4, 5, no, 8, 9, 2,000, no, okay. We are officially 1,000% into the Renaissance, the quadruple digit, the rebellion, whatever the fuck you want to call it, saga of To Memoria Freese. The elongating series that never stops on inflating. Deflating? We're officially here. It's official. I know I made it official like 10, 30 episodes ago or whatever, but we're finally here. It's truly official now. So, how crazy is that? For those who have already watched episode 1000, all right, and have watched episodes 1001 to, what is this, 1022? How do you feel about hearing this? How do you feel about this? Hearing that on episode 1022 is when episode 1000 was truly able to be uploaded. How do you feel about that? Isn't that absolutely fucking crazy? How insane is that to hear? Because I know it's absolutely, like, insane. Anyway, that's the news. That's the news for the day. That's the news for the hour. Thank y'all for watching. Another episode of Dungeon de Motomeru no Wama Shigatiru Daruka Memoria Freese Y3. And tomorrow, tomorrow, I guess we'll have to do Xenos' Valentine, because we gotta keep up with the back and forth. So, anyway, let's see you tomorrow for Xenos' Valentine. And yeah, peace. Episode 1000 is finally out. We can finally relax. Finally!